Good morning. Hi. Hello. Hi, John.
Oh, hi. Sorry.
How you doing?
Pressing the wrong buttons furiously. It's a bit... Right, okay.
You're there. Happy days. Here comes Anna as well. Just letting Ali in. Here we are. Okay. Just connecting. Hi, Ali. Happy New Year's.
Morning, and you, thank you.
How are you doing? Did you have a good one?
Yes, thank you. Yes, all right. No problem.
Have you done much exercise since I've seen you?
I did park run on Saturday, so I have started running again.
Oh, well done. Happy days.
After a really bad December, so yeah.
Back to it. Cool. All right. So what do we need from today? How about you, John?
Just the usual good stretch. Yeah.
Good stretch. Yeah. Any requests? Any specific exercises you want to focus on?
Specific. Bit more on the hamstrings would be good.
Okay, cool. Hi, Anna. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Nice to see you. How are you?
All well, apart from we did a bike ride yesterday and I've got terrible knees today.
Oh, bless.
Really bad. Never had it before like that.
Okay. Well, we'll do some good quad stretches and try and ease them off a bit. Yeah, I took Bertie to school on the tag along for the first time. He can just about reach the pedals on the back of it today. So that was fun. Okay, cool. All right, well, let's get you guys moving. Just going to pop you on mute. We'll do a standing warm up. You don't need any kit. Okay, so where are we? A bit of spa music this morning. Get us into the relaxed zone. Alrighty, so we're going to start with a few rolls to mobilize our neck. So I'd like you to just drop your chin down and then roll your head to the side. So you look behind your shoulder and then do that again. So you're just rolling your chin down and round, looking over to the other side, and do it again. So just drop your head down and through, breathe in as you look behind you. Breathe out as you drop down. And one more time. And then from there, I'd like you to bring your feet so they're hip width. And if you can bring your shoulders up to your ears, tiptoe rise, and then press them down. So again, tiptoe rise and press them down. Deep breath in and breathe out. Again, breathing in and breathing out. And one more time, taking your feet a little bit wider and a bit of turn out through the toes. We're going to bend the knee and push the tailbone back, opening out through the inner thigh and switch to the other side. And try and open your chest as you do it. And then dropping one shoulder down and through. So think of almost trying to bring that shoulder towards the floor. Keeping some body weight back in your heels. 2, 3, and then switch. So we hold down, 3, 2, 1, and then switch. One more each side. Final one. And then from there, if you can, bring your feet back to hip width and a big circle with your arms. Try to sweep past your ears as you do it. So you're sort of brushing the upper part of your arm against your ear, then reverse. So coming back and front. Mobilizing our shoulders. And then can we do one up and one down? A bit of coordination. One up, one down. Or your own variation on the theme is fine. And then can you do it this way? So one up, one down. And last one. Okay, and then just tapping up, opposite hand to the knee. To think about your posture as you do it. So you're going to elongate up through the crown of your head, pointy toes in your foot. Get your foot warmed up as well. And a bit more turn. So you're going to sweep this arm behind you and look back towards it. That's it. And do it 4 more times. And then bringing your hands down onto your thighs. You're going to sit down into a squat and then tuck your bottom under, chin to chest, hold, and then release, arch your back, breathe in, touch together at the top, tiptoes, and then again, coming down, tuck your bottom under, and release, and coming back up, tiptoe, and then open out, and rounding, release, breathe in, tiptoes, and coming back down, rounding, and then I want you to hang loose down. So you're going to drop your head down and just really sort of loose and floppy, a bit ragdoll-like with your arms, let go of your head and your neck. And then from here, if you can walk forwards into the downward dog. So hold the stretch, lift your bottom up in the air. We're going to press down through the heel on one side and then flex the toes on the other. We're doing 3-second press, 2, 3, and then switch, 2, 3. And on the leg where the foot is bent, really press into your toes so that you're mobilizing the joints of your toes. And last couple. So final one. And then from here, if you can bring your knees down and take your opposite arm away from your leg. So you're reaching out and then bring your elbow to your knee. Inhale and reach. Exhale and round. So do it again. Breathe in, reach. Exhale and round. And again. Just do 2 more on that side. So final one. And then if you can, swap down and do the same on the other side. So reaching out and then elbow to knee. Breathing in as you reach, breathing out as you round. And on the hand that's on the ground, can you push the ground away? And last couple. So final one. And if you can find your downward dog again, so if you can lift up through your tailbone, pressing down through both heels this time, holding the stretch, breathe. Inhaling through your nose, and a nice long exhale through the mouth. And again, breathing in, filling up your belly, and exhaling out. Pressing down and out through the heels. One more deep breath. And then if you can lower your knees, allow your chest to come down to the floor, and let's switch to doing some cobras to open through the back. So pressing the ground away, shoulders away from the ears, chin up. I'm going to hold just for a few seconds and then lower. To be safe for your back, give your buttocks a good squeeze to give your back support as you lift. And then relax the buttock muscles as you come down. Let your hips sort of weight down into the ground. And then if it feels appropriate for your back today, maybe After you've done a few and it's feeling a bit warmer, just going a little bit further up. Really spreading out the fingers, getting a good connection with the ground, straightening your arms over time. And I'd like you to do it 3 more times. So last couple. Pointing your toes. Can you point them quite firmly now? Notice how that helps to activate more of the muscle in the leg. So final one. And then release. And if you can find your downward dog again, this time I'd like you to wrap one foot like this, so around your calf. That's it, and then press your heel down. So we're taking the stretch into one side. Now we're a bit warmer. And let's release. And then switch the other side. So pressing down through your heel. Breathe. Let's take a walk with our feet towards our hands, and we're going to come down to a seated position. And I want you to try and park yourself right up onto your sitting bones. We're going to point our toes, so you can point them out, bring your arms up and back by your ears like that, and sort of spread out your fingers. That's it. And then as you go into a forward lean, to flex your feet and get hold of where you can get hold of and pull down. I'm going to hold for a few seconds there. And then again, point the toes, breathing in as we reach and breathing out. Hold, pull, 2, 3. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, down. Inhale, coming up. And exhale. Can you go a bit further now? I'm going to do that 4 more times. Holding down just a little bit longer. Down. 3. Hold 2. 1. And again. So take your hands a little bit further. 3, 2, 1. And just do that 1 more time. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and release, and give your legs a bit of a shake out. Okay, well done. So if you can join me down here onto the back, that's it. Pop your fingertips in the curve of your lower back. Let's focus on the core next. So pulling your belly button muscle in. I'd like you to extend a single leg, tap down, and then bring your knee up so it's about the same height as the other leg. So you're going to tap your heel on the floor, bring the knees to the same height. Now, if you want to, you can hover the other leg for next level. We tap down, and then knee comes up a bit higher to that hovered leg. Last couple on this side. Point your toes quite firmly. And final one. And then bring both your feet back to the floor. And let's switch that to the other side. So tap the heel down. Knee comes up to about the same height as the other one. Keeping good pressure on your hands as you lift and as you lower. Next level, we bring the other knee up so it sits at 90 degrees. Aiming the working leg a little bit higher. Pointing through your toes. Pressing back through your shoulders. And last couple. So final one. Bends your knees, open and circle. So open and circle, mobilizing the hip joints. Get some good blood flow around the hips to oil the joints. And then let's reverse and go back in the opposite direction. You make the circle bigger. Give into gravity with the knees. And last couple. Alrighty, placing your feet flat on the floor, palms turned up. We're going to curl up and move it into a shoulder bridge. If you can hold at the top, you just squeeze your pelvic floor muscles, so it feels like you're holding one in, and then imprinting middle back, lower back as you come down. So again, squeeze the pelvic floor on the way up, squeeze the buttocks as you hold at the top, squeeze the knees slightly, and then as you imprint down, relax those muscles, relax the pelvic floor. So let's focus on getting a set of pelvic floor exercises in on this one. On the next one, we're going to pause at the top and add in a little bit of leg work as well. So if you can hold at the top on this one, and I'd like you to lift both sets of your toes, and then place your toes down and roll your body back to the ground. So curling your body up, squeeze through your knees, lift your toes up, place the toes down, and then imprint bit by bit. And let's do it again. So coming up, lifting the toes, placing your toes down, imprinting bit by bit. This time we're going to focus on lifting the heels. So up you come, get your hips up, heels off the ground, place your heels down, and roll back to the ground. Let's do that again. Try and get a good roll through your spine, pelvic floor switched on, heels lifted, feet flat, rolling back to the floor. Now this time, can you do one of each? So as you come up, you're going to lift toes on one side, heel on the other, and then switch over to the other side. Place your feet flat, roll back to the ground. Do it again. Coming up, squeeze and hold. Toes up, heel up, switch to the other side. Feet flat and imprint down. Can you do that one more time? Holding at the top, we're going to hold for a bit longer. Toes up one side, heels up the other. And switch to the other side, hold, pressing the feet into the floor. And let's release, imprint. And from here, I'd like you to extend up through your right leg, straighten down through the other leg, and we'll use the hands just to pull towards you slightly. Now you can either stick with this version or more advanced. Notice I'm bringing my nose here towards my leg. So find your level with it. Just going to hold for a few more seconds, deep breath, and then release down. So bent legs, let's switch to the other side. So first level, we've got one leg straight, one leg bent. Second level, we're extending bottom leg down like this. And then for third level, we're bringing our nose and our knee towards each other. Deep breath, pointy toes. And let's use that leg now to rock ourselves up to a seated position. Okay, good job. So some curls. If you need support with getting up and down, use a band under your feet. If not, level 2, we're going to come down and up, hands free. For third level today, if you like, you can bring in a weight, and we'll do this arms overhead. So if you're doing third level, arms back by your ears as you roll down. Breathing in at the bottom, breathing out on the lift. Alrighty, can you do that 4 more times? Try to keep your eye gaze up to the ceiling on the roll down and up. It'll help to position the head. So working through our rectus abdominis muscle, our 6-pack muscle, turning the Christmas party pack into the 6-pack or something like that. If you can do it one more time. And then from there, we're going to come up to standing. Now's a good time if you need to grab a drink. We're going to do some lunge stretches to work on opening out through our hips and our thighs. Try not to drop my camera. Try that again. There we go. Okay, so grab a stick and we'll use that to monitor posture. So nice big stride through your feet. If you can bring the stick against your tailbone so it's attached to your head, your shoulders as well. And we're gonna go onto tiptoe on our back foot, drop down and hold. Can you push your top elbow up and back like this? Have a look. Can you see yourself in your screen? Try and nudge that elbow back. Hold, breathe, and then straightening out through the front leg. Let's give that another go. Now, sometimes that back leg hip will wander back. Try to nudge it forwards. Hold, breathe. And we're just going to do that one more time. So coming up and then drop, hold, squaring up the hips. And then from here, can you allow your back knee just to come down to the ground? Or if you need to, you can use your stick over here just to steady your balance as you find the foot behind you. There we are. And then bring your heel towards your bottom. So tucking in, a good old stretch, quite intense. So find your own level with it. Leaning the upper body back. Breathe. Alrighty, and let's release. Okay, so can we give that a go on the other side? Turn around or switch legs. That's it. So use the stick again behind the back. We get that top elbow up towards the ceiling as we come down. Breathe. And let's do that again. So straightening out through the front leg and then bending into the knee. Let's square up through the hips. Breathe. And one more time. So coming up and drop right up onto the tiptoes on the back foot. So you're also stretching the toes there as well. Straightening through the back leg. And then from there, if you allow that back knee to bend, again, using your stick if you like over here, just to steady the balance. Taking hold of the foot, heel towards your bottom. That's it, leaning back into it. Just gently nudging that leg in. Trying to soften a little bit into the stretch, which helps us to try not to go against the stretch reflex. Alrighty, so resting off, if we can come up to standing. We're going to do some squat training next. So if you want to, you can use a stick down your back if you want to work on posture, or grab some weights. So I'm going to do 3-second holds. So I'd like you to come down, hold for 3, 2, 1, and then release. And let's do that again. So coming down, 3, 2, 1. Think about your technique. So you push your knees slightly towards your smaller toes. Hold and press the shoulder blades down away from the ears. For more advanced, as long as your back and shoulders are happy, we take the weight more so the arm aligns by the ear. So I'd like you to do that just 3 more times. So last couple. And final one. And resting off. Let's give the quads a stretch. So if you can find your stick again. And we're going to do basic quad stretch, followed by a leaning balance. So if you can grab hold of the foot again, heel towards your bottom. And you get your knuckles and your lower back pressed together. Just pushing back of the head against the stick and checking in, does the knee come forward like this? can you get the knees together? And then once you've got that, see if you can add some lean. See if you can go all the way into it so that your upper body and your back thigh kind of sit on the horizontal. Transition and keep control of the balance. How is it today? Let's try that on the other side. So knees together, heel towards the bottom. Can you push your hips forward slightly? That's it. Deep breath. Use your eye gaze to help steady your balance. And then once you've got that, challenge it by adding that forward lean. Seeing if you can get the thigh and the upper body to sit more horizontally. Okay, well done. So give your legs a shake. Now's a good time for a quick drink. And then we're going to keep hold of the stick and we'll come down onto all fours. We'll see if we can keep the stick attached to our back, so testing core stability as we extend single leg away. Can you lift, reaching through your toes, keeping the stick on the back, and then do the same on the other side. Level 2, we'll add in opposite arm and leg here. Third level, we're going to hold and then try to fold the back leg in without the thigh dropping. So choose your level, 1, 2, or 3, keeping the stick steady, the posture set well, and pushing the ground away with the hand that stays on the floor, keeping the core active by pulling in through the belly button. Stick's giving me stick today. Can you do it 4 more times? So last couple. And then finishing off your final one. Now either you can come back into that basic quad stretch or more advanced one today. We're going to sit back like this if our knees are happy with it. And then we'll go into a lean back with the hands on the floor, straightening the arms, pushing the ground away, and then lifting the bottom. So we arch back, deep breath. Really squeeze through your bottom as you push your hips up, push the ground away with the hands. And then release down. Stretch our wrists, so if you can turn your palms that way. That's it. And then fingertips, notice, are pointing towards the knees. And sit your bottom back towards your heels. And just soften your shoulders down. Deep breath. Alrighty, let's give the hands a bit of a shake out. I'm going to move into that back position again. Now again, you can either do it from your hands or over time more advanced. We take hold of the feet. Elbows down on the floor. We're going to lift up through the hips, breathing deeply. And release off. Okay, this time with the stretch through the wrist, we're going to turn the palms this way around. So the palms are facing upwards rather than downwards. Straighten your arms if you can and try to rotate through the forearm. Deep breath as you hold. Alrighty, let's release off. And if you can pop yourself down onto your back, fingertips in the curve of your back, and let's work on some more core. Alrighty, so pulling the belly button in, so you've got a little bit of pressure again on both hands. I want you to walk your feet close towards your bottom, feet touching, knees touching, and then point your toes as you raise both legs. And then as you tap your feet down, try not to lose any pressure on your hands. Now for level 1, you can either keep your feet close in, or level 2, start exploring the feet going a bit further away. Can you keep that good pressure on your hands as you lift and lower? And then over time, more advanced, gradually moving the legs further and further away. And over time, exploring the straighter leg. Now there's usually a point where we tend to speed up in the movement. Try and identify where that point is for you and see if you can challenge yourself to actually slow it down there. We often have a tendency to speed up through the weaker points. By slowing it down, just taking a bit of time through that tougher point, actually that's where the strength conditioning comes. Like usually for me, it's the point where I get the shakes a bit. Probably a good lesson for life. So last one. And then when you're done, if you can bring your knees to your chest, we're going to keep our right knee in, but extend our other leg down long like that. Let's move into a sacroiliac stretch next. So if you can pop your foot down on the floor, press with the hand, and leave the other hand just trailing behind. Get that hand just a bit higher than your shoulder. So if you look back towards the hand, make sure it's above the shoulder line. Pressing the blade down. Inhaling through your nose. Nice long exhale through your mouth. Do that again. Nose. And deep breath again. So let's use the breath on this stretch to help initiate more stretch. Let's switch to the other side. So again, if you can bring your foot away from your body as you press down, leave your hand trailing so it's just above your shoulder line, pressing the blade like that towards the floor. Allow your head to look behind your shoulder, breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your mouth. Keep blowing out and do it again. One more deep breath. Alrighty, let's release. We're going to come back to some more core work. Doing more of a scissor action. So as one leg comes up, the other leg comes down, this time with the hands above the head like this. If you can bring your opposite elbow to your knee, tougher option. We alternate like this. We'll go straight legs for more advanced. Breathing in for 2, breathing out for 2. As one elbow touches the knee, try to touch the other elbow on the floor. So last couple of breaths. Alrighty, when you're done, we're going to go into full body stretch, so straight legs. If you can interlace your fingers, turn your palms outwards, straighten your arms, and tap Your little fingers down behind you as you arch your back. Breathe, closing your eyes. And with your eyes closed, as you do the deep breath, you need to just contemplate a little intention that you'd like to set for yourself for 2022 with your health, your well-being, your fitness. Just taking a moment just to visualize the goal that you'd like to tune into this year. Alrighty, so let's release, and I'd like you to come up to a standing position. And if you can grab a stick. So if you can pop your stick behind your back, just bring the camera up a little bit so we can see what's going on. Okay. So a little bit of balance work, but also conditioning work for around our hip and thigh. So I want you to pop the stick there behind your back and bring your knee up so that the knee sits at about hip height. And then see if you can extend the lower part of your leg without losing height on the thigh. And then back down. So let's swap to the other side. So try and get your knee up at hip height. Use your reflection in your camera to mirror. So hold, 2, 3, back in and down. Let's do that again. So knee up to hip height. Try to keep the knee at hip height as you extend. 2, 3, bring the leg back in and down. Hip height, and you extend the leg without dropping, reach through your toes, bend the leg back in and back down. This time we're going to add some backwards movement as well. So we're going to hover, extend, fold back in, and then coming through, holding with a bent leg, and then extending, folding back in, and coming back down. Switch to the other side. So hover, extending, folding back in, add the lean as you go back behind you, keeping a bent leg, extending the leg back out, folding back in, and back down. Let's do that one more time each side. So knee up to hip height. Try to keep that height as you extend. Reach your toes. Bending back in. Aiming the upper body and the thigh horizontal. Extending. Folding back in. And release. One more time. So knee up. Extending, folding back in, coming up behind you, straightening out, reach through the toes, bending back in, and coming back down. Let's go wide with our feet, and we're going to turn our toes out over here, but angle in over here. We're going to use the stick behind the back. So as we go into a side lean to triangle pose, can you keep the head and the tailbone against the stick? And if you can do that, then bring your hand towards the floor for tougher option. Deep breath, turning the eye gaze up towards the ceiling. And then bending into the knee, and let's release. So we switch the other way. John's grimacing at me. Let's do the other side. So we lean. That's it, sliding the hand down the shin. Using the stick, can you keep your head on there? Eye gaze looking up. Breathe. And bending through the knee. And let's release. Okay, well done. So some strength conditioning for the arms. We're going to move into what I call the table position. So you've got your fingertips pointing forwards. To begin, straighten the arms, hold for a few seconds, and then release. So we bend. Level 2, we add straight arms and then a bottom lift. Try and get your bum, your knees, your hips, your chest in a line, and then coming back down. As you do it, allow your head to tilt back slightly. So eye gaze up to the ceiling and then lowering. For more advanced, straighten the legs out. If you've got any trouble with your wrists, you can do it here on your forearms. Find what works for you. Focus on the in-breath when you're in the lift and breathing out as you bring the movement back down. We're going to do it 3 more times. Inhaling on the lift, holding just for a few seconds up there. Exhaling on the lower. So last couple, breathing in and breathing out. So final one, breathing in and breathing out. Alrighty, just give your arms a shake and coming up to standing. So next up, if you can mirror me and bring a hand like this so your palm is facing inwards. So if you guys do your left hand, that'll work. And then we're going to scoop this hand to here. So straight arm. And then you're going to bring, my mic's going to get in the way. Let's wriggle that up a bit. So then you're going to bring that elbow like this. And then you're going to meet your palms together, or thereabouts. And then push up. A little bit of rounding through your upper back to stretch around the side of the shoulder. Alrighty, so let's release. So if you can bring your right hand to here, and then bring this one straight underneath, then bend it, and then you're going to aim to bring it on the inside so your palms are meeting. So you can either stick with that or try adding more lift with your arms to increase the stretch, rounding through your shoulders, your upper back. Breathe. Alrighty, give them a shake out. Let's do some stretches for our pecs next. So find a bit of wall space for me. We're nearly there. Okay, so if you can twizzle your fingers backwards and go into a lunge position with your inside leg forward, making sure the arm is behind you. Apply a bit of pressure against the wall there. That's it, straighten your arm as you turn your head, look behind your shoulder, breathe deeply. And then let's release. And can you move your hand a bit higher up the wall? Bend your knee. Your fingers twizzle backwards as you bend. Breathe. And let's release and go another inch higher up for me. That's it. So bend into your front leg. Push your back heel down to get a bit of calf stretch in there as well. Pressure against the wall with the hand. And let's release. Okay, so if you can turn around, do the same the other side. So again, fingers back, inside leg forward. So you bend into your front knee, applying pressure through the hand, eye gaze looking behind. And let's release, go an inch higher. As you bend into your front knee, have a little glance back at your back foot. Can you push that heel outwards slightly so that that back foot looks parallel with the front one? And let's release, go another inch higher up the wall, applying pressure with the hand. Breathe. Alrighty, let's rest off, give the arms a shake. Have we got a foam roller that we can use? I thought we'd do a bit of foam rolling massage today for our relaxation section, although not everyone would say foam rolling is relaxing. Let's come and have a sit down. So we'll give the glutes a good old stretch, particularly if we've been sitting a lot more over the festive period and not getting our hips as mobile as they could be. So if we bring our right leg here over the top and lean out to your side, and then foam rolling over the buttock muscle up towards your lower back, and then down towards the top of the leg. And as you do that, just kind of mentally tuning in, feeling where is the tightest spot, what's going on there. Is it more on the outside? Is it deep into the glute? And then once you feel like you've kind of found that point, just massaging a little bit more intensively into it, maybe some smaller circles. Alrighty, and then let's switch over to the other side. So if we can roll forward and back, noticing again, where is that tighter area? Once you've explored that and found it, again, just a little bit more intense, sort of pulsing, circling into that spot. And then let's foam roll our quads. Anna, I put this in for you with your biking DOMs. So if we can come over the top like this, if you can pop your roll just above your knees, and then sort of ice picking your way down with the hands so that you foam roll towards your hip and then back to just above the knees. Allow your body weight to sort of sink into the roll, maybe a bit painful if it's quite serious DOMs. You can also increase intensity by rolling like this, so you've got one leg crossed over the other, but that can be quite intense if you're not used to it. Good to build up tolerance, like with anything. Alrighty, and then we'll finish off with some little neck lengthening exercise. So if you can pop down, sort that out. Okay, so if you pop down onto your back on the roll, draw your chin in and just push the back of your head into the roller. We're going to hold for 3 seconds and then release. So just do that again, chin in, push the back of the head into the roll so it feels like you're lengthening the muscles there, and then release. And do that again. Breathe in and breathe out. And do it again. Breathe in and breathe out. Noticing where you feel that lengthening effect in the muscle. And last couple. final one. And release. And just keeping your eyes closed. I'd like to just take the last couple of minutes to take some time just to set some intentions for 2022 with your body, your health, your well-being. Just looking at things in a new perspective, setting yourself a new goal. Perhaps it's rekindling an old goal. Just visualizing what needs to happen to make that be part of your life in 2022. What time do you need to clear out? What space do you need to make to work towards your goal? And what are the kind of inner strengths that you need to focus on in order to make that happen? Who do you need in your life cheerleading you on? What support do you need? What words do you need to say to yourself in your head? What's the mindset behind making that happen? You're ready, I'd like you to open your eyes and we're going to roll off the roll. So when you're ready, if you can hit your unmute, it's going to stop the share of the sound. Okay, so how are we feeling? How about you, Anna?
Unfit.
No, you've had a Christmas holiday, right?
Yeah, that was great, thank you. And I did nearly cry during the rolling.
Okay. Oh, bless. I thought it might be quite sore there, but keep doing a bit in stretching your quads throughout the week, and it should help it settle.
I like the new exercises too.
Cool, great. And how about you, John? Oh, just hit your unmute for me.
Yeah, that was good. You know, I can't do that balance one where you stick your leg out and then front and then raise it and then send it back and then bend it.
I put that one in just for you.
I know you did. That's why but, yeah, I can just about make an attempt if I'm holding onto the wall with the other hand, but balancing is too difficult. And I still can't do that table thing. So
okay,
there's still a hamstring issue here somewhere. Anyway,
keep working on it. Yeah. Persistence overcomes resistance. I always remember that as your phrase. Yeah.
Should listen to myself a bit more. Yeah.
Oh, how about you, Ali?
Yes, everything felt very stiff today.
Oh, not had a stretch for a while.
No, obviously not. No.
Oh, cool.
But
Well,
no,
good to get.
you.
Great. All right. Well, have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys next session.
Thanks, Claire. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.